Okay, so if we look at the cue that you've been using for your Chinese 8-ball, how does that differ to the cues that you've been using, for example, when you've been playing the black ball 8-ball in England?
Yeah, well, the cue here that I'm using for the Chinese 8-ball, because obviously we're using American-sized balls. So the cue that I've had made here is made by Tony Wilshaw, TWQs, which is a company that have made me cues, you know, the English pool cues ever since, you know, I was sort of 7-8 years old. So we've designed a cue here that's sort of a hybrid cue in between an American cue and a snooker cue. Now, my English 8-ball cue was obviously way too thin to play this game, certainly with the big balls. I didn't want to use an American cue because, you know, I've never really played much, you know, American pool before. So I wanted something which was in between my pool cue and an American cue. So between myself and Tony, we came up with a hybrid cue, which is now my Chinese 8-ball cue, which, as you can see here, it looks like a snooker cue. It's a 3/4 ash, but it's actually got some special dimensions. And it's actually got an 11.7mm tip, which basically is a hybrid in between a pool cue, an English pool cue, and an American pool cue.
So the actual tip itself is black. Most American cues use a white ferrule. So what's the difference?
Yeah, well, we like I say, it's got some special dimensions. The shaft's been specially tapered to deal with, you know, playing with the big balls. As you can see, you know, the shaft's a lot thicker, it's a lot meatier through here, which goes to an 11.7mm tip with a special carbon fibre ferrule that's been used, which basically stops the deflection when playing with side, or helps with the deflection. It doesn't throw off as much when playing with side. So there's a lot of special things and unique things about the cue that, you know, I believe is different to any other cue in the world. So yeah, we've found a bit of a niche in the market here that I'm now using. It's actually a Chinese 8-ball cue, because a lot of the players in China, they either use a snooker type cue or they use an American type cue. You know, they don't use anything. So this is a hybrid of the cue, which is now a Chinese 8-ball cue. So yeah, I believe that I've found the perfect cue for Chinese 8-ball.
You got another cue there as well. What's that one for?
Yeah, obviously because of the weight of the balls, I've actually got a breaking cue that again's been specially designed. As you can see, me actual playing cue has got a 3/4 joint in it. The playing cue, the breaking cue has had the joint put. It's in between, so it's neither a 2-piece or a 3/4. So again, it's quite unique. And again, the shaft's been specially tapered, again with the same design ferrule that stops. So if I break off, you know, and because of the power that you have to use, if I'm playing with so much, you know, if you catch a little bit of side on the white, it doesn't chuck the white off line. And it's been specially balanced and specially made basically for breaking the Chinese 8-ball. Another one of the reasons is I don't want to obviously damage my playing cue.